Restoring the Father's name Yahweh. Restoring the Messiah's name Yahshua. Re-establishing Torah covenant. Preparing the bride. The revealing of the sons of Elohim. Prophecy. The return of Melchizedek, the royal priesthood. Elijah's school of the prophets. The Way Ministries. A return to the Philadelphian spirit.
Revelation chapter 8. When he opened the seventh seal, stamped as a mark of secrecy and genuineness, there was silence with a calmness in heaven that is the abode of Yahweh for about a half an hour. And I saw the seven angels who stand before Yahweh, and to them were given seven trumpets that reverberates as an echo. Then another angel, having a golden censer for burning frankincense, came and stood at the altar, a place of sacrifice. He was given much incense that has an aroma of fragrant powder burning for religious rites, that he should offer it with the prayers that beg earnestly and humbly of all the saints that are morally blameless upon the golden altar which was before the throne. And the smoke of the incense, an aroma of fragrant powder burning for religious rites, with the prayers of the saints, ascended before Yahweh from the angel's hand. Then the angel took the censer for burning frankincense, filled it with fire from the altar, and threw violently it to the earth. And there were noises of voices to articulate a disclosure, thunderings, lightnings, and an earthquake. So the seven angels who had the seven trumpets prepared themselves to sound. The first angel sounded with a reverberating blast, and hail and fire followed, mingled with blood, and they were thrown to the earth, and a third of the trees were burned up, and all green grass was burned up completely to the ground. Then the second angel sounded, and something like a great mountain burning with fire was thrown violently into the sea, and a third of the sea became blood. And a third of the living creatures in the sea died, and a third of the ships were destroyed. Then the third angel sounded, and a great star fell from heaven, burning like a torch, and it fell on a third of the rivers that is drinkable water, and on the springs that gush up as the source of water. The name with authority and character of the star is wormwood, which is bitterness from calamity. A third of the waters became wormwood, that is bitterness from calamity, and many men died from the water because it was made bitter. Then the fourth angel sounded, and a third of the sun was struck to inflict with calamity, a third of the moon in its brilliancy, and a third of the stars as strewn across the sky, so a third of them were darkened to become obscure. A third of the day did not shine, and likewise the night. And I looked, and I heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, that is in the mid-sky between the heavens, saying with a loud voice, Woe at last, grief! Woe at last, grief! Woe at last, grief! To the inhabitants of the earth, because of the remaining blast of the trumpet that reverberates as an echo of the three angels who are about with expectation to sound.